Yes, yes, yo, you don't stop. Big John come rocking the short shot. Welcome back. Taco Tuesday on a big show. Fastest freaking show in MLB. Absolutely. Anyway, with your homeboy, Big Johnny Stud, with the new and improved lowered sound for you Adderall sniffing degenerates out there. Fuck that guy. Who am I? I'm your host, the big man. Follow me up on Twitter at John Legeza Flow, sharpening the damn razor. Same handle over on Substack, where, I can't fit any more shit into the 2 pound box. If you've been paying attention to the NFL stuff, it's all fully revamped. I want to add a little bit to the differential page. Please, pretty please, sugar on top and a cherry, sprinkles, hard shell, whatever the fuck you're into. Check it out. Put on your handicapping brain, right? What are the things you look at when you're looking for whatever it is you bet? Team level stuff. Everything is fully updated. The NFL stuff, the NFL data suite is chef kissed right now. I think you're going to absolutely love it, but it's not a final work. If there's something that's missing, let me know. I have access to crazy shit. And, I just to formulate it in format, I'll get it done for you. To that last note on foosball, rankings happening nonstop. Just did another live stream with Matty Modica. I'm doing like a legend series. I had Overzet in the chair to talk best ball, Modica in the chair to talk high stakes stuff. Really, as we get ready to make that move over to foosball, good to see me gente up in the comments. Josh Dub, my boy, and yours, the nose. Good to see you, B Rose, Bay, Mr. Toronto. Plus Sam, J Bird, no block, all the usual suspects. USMC, no, thank you, sir. Grazie mille, you handsome bastard. Jeff L doesn't work for me, brother. All right, let's get on with this shit. Baseball was like a split yesterday. We got a couple of plus money games home. That A's F5, yo. Oh, yo, Custom, I was thinking about you, bro. Custom says, I'm telling you, it's always the thing. It's always the game you think you have a big edge on is the one that you don't win, right? Dude, I've been thinking, I've been thinking about you, baby. It's absolutely the fucking truth, man. The one that you're like the most sure about, right? Is the one that's certainly to go south. Anyway, baseball stuff, doing pretty good. Just keep grinding. We're on the north side of positive, which I think is fucking phenomenal, given the fact, the model came out a couple hours ago, and now we're doing the show, giving away whatever bit of edge is left. So thanks to everybody supporting. Press the like and subscribe button. That shit matters entirely more than it should. All right, enough of that. We need more of this. Oh, yeah. Best part of waking up. Pitching sheets up in the mug. Give me 1 second to check the schedule. I forgot to check. Is there anything going on during the daytime today? Nope. We got a full slate. It's all at nighttime. I love these slates, but man, we got to fucking giddy up. We got Lucas Blanco. Let's go, yo. Let's go to YouTube play. Good to see all my Spartans.
What is your profession?
See, I balanced out all the audio for everybody, man. Like I said, door swings both ways. First up, Tanner Bybee and Le Gardien. They're on the bump. He's on the bump for the Guards. As a plus 112 dog, that stammered me a little bit. I was surprised. Drew Anderson getting a little bit of love from betting markets. Not going to pretend to know much about Anderson. I did notice they were stretching him out. He had exclusively been relieving. I think he went, what did he go, 3 1/3 last time? Yeah, 3 2/3, but he was brilliant, and he's been like really good. I don't know. I guess it comes down to what you think the workload might look like. That obviously I'm not 100% sure. He only threw 42 pitches. Maybe they get him near like 60. Maybe he gets through 4. I don't know. Guardians offense that I want to like, having added some talent, has just been okay. You could see the last 14 up on the board. Flipping back to the pitchers really quick. Tanner Bybee's been pretty disappointing. The whip is there, the control is there, the stuff we love, but the misses have gotten punished. The four-seamer is not very good. And again, if you're going to be giving up tons of home runs, 23 Shamalama ding-dongs for Tanner Bybee so far, it's been a little bit brutal. He's not been great on the road, been a little bit better as of late. I don't know, you want to call it a wash? On the bump, I like Bybee, but what if it's just name value? Tigers have been the better hitting team. and the better bullpen as of lately, but I'm still having trouble getting to the minus 120. Algo has the same thing, is kind of, we're at a quarter run for minus 120. That's not great. You could see Fairline calculation at minus 106. Let's see. I mean, again, if you add, depending who you ask, for some people it's 12 cents for the home team. Some people it's 15 cents. Some people it's like 20 cents. We see that kind of more grayed out in the stats every day. So it's right there. I don't know, man. Last point would be, this falls under the umbrella. We still don't have a name for it. Of the 3.5, 4.5. Remember, the orange box is a 3.5 team total. Guards at 3.5. Detroit at 4.5, but only a minus 120 favorite. Generally, I'm betting those. If I had my young apprentice, I'd be tracking those all year. I feel like that's a winning proposition. There's just a little bit of hole right in the pricing to exploit. We like Detroit at home. And again, if you're going to score runs, that's how you get there. So I'm a little on the fence. Hold on, I'm sorry. I forgot to set up my show picks. That's been so helpful. Me getting my show picks out during the show so I could just copy and paste them over in 2 seconds before I get the text message from Adonis. Baby, I love you, brother. So I guess I'm going to roll with the pricing and go Detroit money line, but I don't feel great about it. Next up, Paulie. Yar, party Skeens on the bump. Are the Bacos. Fucking Paulie Skeens. Fucking Paulie Skeens, man. Guy's gonna fucking kill me. Guy's gonna be a fucking death to me. Backing Paulie Skeens. Here lies Big John, broke living under the overpass for backing Paul fucking Skeens. Man, I mean, he's given up going backwards 3, 5, 5, 1, 2, 2, 7, 4. I mean, this is pretty horrendous. So going back to the end of June, he's got a 6.25 ERA. Now, what I'm going to do, what I always do, which is like the fucking quant thing to do, which is the statistics. Skeens has been awesome. It's just killing me, yo. Playing the fucking record back again. 112 whip, all the indicators love him. 24 KBB, 13.5 swinging strike. It's the same shit every 5 days. Excellent command, fantastic fucking chase rates. He wins in zone. He keeps the ball down. He doesn't even give up home runs. Paulie Ski. I tweeted this the other day. Who am I? I'm the fucking guy still backing Paul Skeens. I can't fucking believe this. Yo, it's crazy. 66 left on base. 307 BABIP, doing all the heavy lifting for Skeens. Now, I wonder, just not to get conspiratorial, but to try and come up with an actual reason, I wonder if he's tipping something from the stretch. Right? When you have men on, it's a different delivery. Maybe there's something going on there. I don't know what the fuck is going on. It doesn't make sense. I mean, he's been good at home, even the last 30 days, of course. 540 ERA, 140 whip, but a 322 Sierra and a 23 KBB. Now, flip side, Yuri Perez really doing the breakout thing. Second half breakout we were looking for all year. You got to go wheels up for Perez. As far as the offenses go, I mean, you got to give the Marlins the tip right here. Figure we're going back 360 PAs both ways. Top of the column, you see it on the board. Marlins just doing everything a little bit better. Fewer barrels, but doing everything a little bit better. Plus, we know they run. I don't know, man. I'm pissed off. I'm pissed. Both bullpens have been good. Maybe this one is like a runs out of premium type of deal. 7 feels always a little low to me, especially the way Skeens is going. You'd really like to have seen this at 7.5. It's not. The U7 is even minus 120. This one could close at 6.5, where I'm definitely out. I don't have Miami modeled for the win, though. Being at home for the pricing, I guess that's technically the play. I don't think I'm going there again. I don't know, man. I can't do the skiing thing anymore. Next up, most honorable Shota Imanaga on the bump for the Baby Bears. He's on the bump as a minus 164 favorite on the road in the nation's capital to face Jake the Snake, Swerve, and Irvin. Going for the Nats, heavy 153 underdog at the crib. Imanaga has been pretty easy to handicap. He's the little girl with the curl, either really, really good or really, really bad. I think his profile, which though has featuring elite command and control, 34 ball, 5.4 walk, 14 swing and strike, 38 chase, just a beautiful disciplinary basket from Imanaga. The elevation stuff, his inability to win with the fucking four-seamer that at 92 miles an hour and 95 stuff plus with a 40% use, that's a broken metric. Throw the other stuff more. It's not a great pitch, in particular in like the wind and crazy weather. This guy ends up getting hammered, 25 home runs through 132 and 2/3 for Shota. Meanwhile, I mean, Irvin, whatever, is just really a replacement level guy. He's going to fill the zone and going to hope for, lucky BABIP. That's been the case this year. He hasn't been so lucky on the fly balls. I would counter how lucky is it when you have a 44 fly ball, 44 hard hit, plus 13 barrel. You're probably lucky to only have a 1.5 homer 9. So you want to give him Monica the hat tip. I know the road stuff has not been pristine, but the command and control, the whip, the KBB, all in check. Last 30 days, he's been excellent. So then it's offensive time. Listen, Nats v. lefties is still, I think we're seeing residuals of when they had all their stars. This is not the same offense. So again, I don't normally quote L14 lefty because the sample's pretty small. It's only 150 PAs. However, it's a 176 average, 271 xWOBA, 14 swing and strike, 54 ground ball. This is not the offense, the Nats offense of yestermonth, if that's a fucking word. Cubs have been doing it all year with the stick. Very consistent, lots of doubles, great approach, also passive, which I think is going to hurt the Nats because the bullpen, I think, is ass. They've performed the last 2 weeks. The underpinning stuff is not great. And they pitch to entirely too much contact for my liking, especially if Irvin gets pushed out early. I've got, Cubs for an obvious win. My beef is with the run line that it's at a negative price. So I'm going to put Cubs money line down, but it's just to remind me that it's probably more of a pair than a blend. Next up, Brian, Sinature Boy, Brian, on the bump for the Mariners, plus 116 underdog down in the boogie down to face my boy, Ryan Weathers, and the bad guys. The Bronx Bombers, the Pinstripers. No, I love the Highlanders, but I'd be a little bit worried about even laying a minus 124. What's the story got to be in this one? Got to be the home road split for Brian Wu. Look, it's already up. It's freaking ridiculous. He has a sub-2 ERA, a .75 whip, and a 24 KBB at home. Right? My boy does work at the crib. You pull up, lawn is mowed, the driveway is clean. For my Italians out there, the sidewalk, the concrete is freshly watered. On the road, man. Forget the Hawk and Animal. No road warrior here. 6.7 ERA, 1.5 whip. KBB drops down 10 points almost to 15. He's been pretty whack last 30 because there's been road starts mixed in. I don't usually buy into this stuff, but at this point, you've been getting hammered all year. Maybe it's time to fucking capitulate. Weathers has been much better on the road than he's been at home, and that's, I don't know, man, probably just because the misses go for home runs. Yankee Stadium is a good home run park. Other than that, Weathers' disciplinary stuff is pretty good. Seattle lefty splits are not great. They've gone for a couple home runs, but that's about it. If you're going to struggle with swing and miss and losing in zone and putting the ball on the ground too often, I think the Mariners are going to struggle with Weathers as much as I hate the Yankees. I'm starting to think maybe they do win this one. Maybe this is an under, right? I want to buy into the quality of arm talent with Brian Wu. I also am struggling to back a Yankees offense that, though, and to be honest, I mentioned this on the Source Network last week, Yankee spreadsheet is starting to shake positively, right? The ass is starting to fucking clap. Lack of, zero chase with great lift and lots of barrels. That's a very good starting point, right? So this is not Yankee fucking homerism, F them. But the strikeouts and the in zone losses and the batting average and the complete lack of slug is insane. Gosh, no player has ever meant more to an offense than Aaron Judge. And it's he's the best player ever, obviously. I don't know, man. We've seen games with the Dodgers playing without Ohtani, and it's just not the same. He's like the linchpin, the lodestar, and the reason for the season, man. Bullpens historically, meaning the whole year, Seattle and New York are both very good. Seattle's been on the struggle bus lately. So is New York. Way too many home runs allowed. Do you believe in that enough to have that sway your bet? You know, Weathers can go deep. Wu can go deep. We've seen both of these offenses just be completely anemic. So I think I'm going to lean with the model and the analysis and go under the 8. Next up, Patrick Sandoval on the bump for the Red Laundry. That fucking game sucked yesterday. Though, really crazy rule run out with the, I don't know, the scoreboard, and the guy scored without tagging because the team was off the field and you can't appeal. It's just crazy shit, man. Crazy shit. Anyway, that was supremely disappointing. Red Sox couldn't get to Tyon, who then left hurt and let the ass end of the fucking Toronto bullpen shove them. You know, we were worried about Varland. We knew he was available. Man, if you told me Tyon was going to leave early, I think we were going to be good. Adonis, good to see you. Shouted you out already, kiddo. We got age bets. Love to see some new names up in here. Morning. And a good morning to you, too. Buen dia. Bienvenidos. How the heck are you? Trent, my boy. And BE, good morning to you, sir. So, yeah, Blue Jays and Cease minus 140 favorites over Sandoval and the Red Sox. It feels about fair to me. Money's actually come in on them now. This is a minus 150 now. And I'm like, oh. You have to ask yourself, do I feel lucky? Well, do you, bitch? Do you, bitch? Oh, man. Cease, like, should be a favorite. Hard to go against the Red Sox here and pay a price for it. You know, we're not afraid of the jersey. Sorry about that. We're not afraid of the jersey, but I hate to pay a heavy freight for this one. Sandoval is what we thought he is, which is not very good. He's still going through some growing pains. And I'm like, is this sustainable? 33 ground ball and just a 27 hard hit. Like, he's up in the air with absolutely everything. .26 CSW. I'm having a hard time getting like a hold of what the hell Patrick Sandoval is right now. I wonder if they know what he is right now. And Cease in the middle of basically like a Cy Young campaign. Also, to go on top of that point with the worry about the Blue Jays price would be the splits versus lefties have been disgraceful. I have them highlighted up on the board. Last 333 plate appearances for the Blue Jays versus Southpaws. They have just 3 home runs. Like, at this point, this is where being a fantasy herb comes into play. And if you multiply 333 by 2, that's 666. Ooh, I'm the leprechaun. You know, that's a full player season, like a very good player season as far as PAs go. And I could just multiply all this shit by 2 and see like how you feel about this. How would you feel about this player? I mean, first of all, again, 666 PAs played every freaking day, gave you 6 home runs to a 200 average, 200 flat, 513 OPS, 4.5 barrel, 248 xWOBA. That's like an insta demotion, right? So the entire Blue Jays team playing to demotable levels. Custom says, watch Baltimore ML go from 120 to minus 105, a half hour for the game. Knew I was cooked. Kyle saw it too. I mean, I don't know. You gotta be careful with that stuff. You have to do. I say this to everybody. It's not picking on you. I would say it to Kyle, who I have massive amount of respect for. You have to do better than that. Like, the answer can't be because the line moved. Why? And I know people are going sharps. Who the fuck is? What does that mean? Who are these people? What work are they doing? What calculations are they doing? Like, you have to be honest with yourself. It's a very much a cop out to me to say, oh, the line moved. Now, if you're like, there are pregame measurements that teams have that maybe get out that move the line. Yo, now you're talking like objective shit to me. I'll buy that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying there's no reason. But to me, like, line movement, now, if you're just saying, again, I'm going to pick on you, Custom, we get this all the time. I appreciate your pushback. This is what we should be doing. This is a very healthy, exercise from you, for me, for everybody. Again, you got to do better than that. As if there's some like magic formula that somebody busted out at the last fucking second. Absolutely not. But again, if you're saying teams have guns on the warm-up stuff, right? But we're sitting pretty, looking sharp. Maybe the other side, the opposite. Again, bro, you got me. I'll buy that 100% whole cloth. But like this whole like Vegas nose thing, you're always gonna miss me with that. Don't allow other people to push you around in these circles. Like we're the sharps. Okay. Well, I'm the fucking captain now. It's not madness, baby.
This is Sparta!
But now, also, if you were just saying, and not to put words in your mouth, like I said, I really do appreciate you. If you're saying, I got a bad feeling on this, I hear you 1,000,000%, because there very much could be things pushing that, boat downstream or upstream or whatever the fucking bad side is. So I do think Toronto wins, but I'm supremely worried about the price and the offense not doing nothing and Sandoval just finding some magic. Hold on. Is this game really 3.5 and 7? That's fucking crazy to me. I feel like that's like just entirely too low. USMC, John, I think it's a matter of smarter people with more money are betting the other side. I'm sorry, dude. I love you, but I got to push back. Who's smarter than us? No, I'm sorry. Just a whole-throated disagreement that there's an edge that we missed. No, I'm sorry. You're totally missing me on that. So we'll be taking over or under on the Jays game. Man, I definitely wouldn't go under. I wouldn't go under with Sandoval. As good as Cease has been, I wouldn't go under with Sandoval. I worry about the Toronto bullpen also. I probably just wouldn't touch it. My gut says the 7 is just entirely too low. Next up, Nolan John McClain on the bump for the Let's Go Mets Go, looking to die hard as a plus 116 dog. Mets got us home as a 125 dog yesterday. Let's freaking go. Up against 14 Perez. Well, okay, the doggy's still going. Perez, today's candidate for the how the fuck does he keep getting away with this award? Mets came out of the box really hot, scored 5 for us. USMC's IE crabs. Dude, crabs are delicious. It depends on the color. They're all different flavors, you know what I mean? Okay, I think McClain is a much better pitcher in this game. Perez, again, winner of today's how the fuck does he get away with this award? 7 KBB, sub-9 swing and strike, 39 ball, 28 chase. This is a horrendous set of disciplinary metrics. Mets have also been killing left-handed pitching, striking out a bit too much. That's not Perez's game. And the Braves' offense has been good. Let's not take a shite on them. I got them highlighted up here. You can see on the screens. 316 plate appearances. They're batting .230. They have a 20 KBB as an offense, 13 swing and strike, 35 chase. No fly balls or pull hard hit balls to speak of. Mets bullpen's also been serviceable. I'm going back to the well with the Mets as a dog. I saw Toronto asking again, is a 7.5 on Toronto too high? Dude, you just don't need to bet everything. That's my answer. Sorry to be like that. I think it's either fairly priced or I'm a Vigine. There we go. Jeff says, love the new dogs barking. Dude, listen, I'm all about the constructive criticism. Funny how I gave that guy yesterday, the last 2 days, so much credence that I actually went and spent time to make this production better. For him to go back and be like, this is the fucking worst show ever. You're relying on sound effects. I feel like I do enough talking that I could honestly say I'm not relying on sound effects. Next up, Brandon Fervor Young on the bump for the Orioles. They let us down yesterday, motherfuckers. Oh, my God, you motherfucker. Oh, that was very tilting, that game. On the road against the Twins. I think anytime the Twins hit, it's tilting because it's like Josh Bell. What the fuck is going on here? I can't believe this. Trevor Rogers was terrible. We did not deserve to win that game. That was so frustrating. It felt like every inning, Twins had the leadoff guy on and then multiple guys on. And then when Baltimore had chances, Tyler O'Neill struck out in a huge spot. I wanted to vomit. I honestly wanted to vomit. Listen, just so you people know, I don't just put the shit out there and forget about it. I really do care. I really want to win. It means a lot to me. We just can't control it. So Brandon Young, I think, is the better pitcher over Bailey Ober today. Young close to even money. Twins minus 118 at home. You're missing me with the Twins, man. I don't know. I got off that. Maybe it's because I got off the train. Ober is just a home run waiting to happen. 0 Ks. I mean, terrible elevation. Not like Young is a world beater. Man, this is funny. Young and Ober have like some Spider-Man GIF qualities going on here, right? Very good command and control. However, I think the big separator is Young's chase rate. Young has a well above average chase rate. Ober does not. Young also has a above average ground ball rate, and Ober does not. I would imagine Young's last 30 is better. Also, it is significantly better than Young. Young's been good. Like Young's been good. He's one of those guys that I think people see and just kind of move past. Custom, I was waiting for you. I want to get up. If you got Cubs favorite minus 25 and it moves minus 155, that's normal. If you got an even price game at minus 110 and one goes to 135, tells you to pay attention. Well, I don't disagree. Line movement is worth paying attention to. I hope I didn't frame it that way in my kind of stupid way because I don't feel that way. Plus money, Pat. What's up, player? Thanks for the vid. Yo, I appreciate you, kiddo. Really do. Shout out everybody in the comments and stuff. You guys really make the show go. So, Custom, you're listen. That's what they say. You only take flack when you're over the target, and you're over the target, my friend. Anytime there's line movement, you should be paying attention. My big thing, maybe I'm fucking arrogant. Maybe I just stare at this stuff too much. I think it's because of those two things. I don't buy the smoky room thing. Like, I'm just having a hard time. Yeah, B-Rose kind of going back on the depth of the movement. That's a little of a different story. I don't want to. I can't get into that right now. I do think line movement is worth noticing, but I'm forever pushing back on this again. The smoky room argument. Some smart guy like this. There's apparently this brilliant genius who understands how to predict fucking baseball. Meanwhile, I love people give all this credence to the books. The books are wrong constantly, all the time. They post just as much dumb shit as I do. Remember, every time we kick the shit out of them, it's because they were wrong and we were right. So if we're ahead, are we smarter than them? No, it's just, listen, I think a lot of this comes out in the fucking watch. Dude, last one from Custom. I've also had 40 cents of CLV and lost. Oh, dude, oh my God. Yo, tell us about it, kid. Tell us about it. And again, 40 cents on baseball because it rotates so much is such a big deal. Football, maybe less so. But like, holy crap. All right, let's get back into it. So it sounds like I'm going to make the same mistake that I did yesterday and go back to the well with Baltimore, who I think is, has the pitching edge. I think they're also the better offense. All the hard hit stuff with the barrels, and they take walks, which is what I think you want to do with Ober. And again, though they haven't connected for home runs, I do think the hard hit rate, the barrel rate, and the 382 x Wobicon wins the day. Man, the Baltimore bullpen really stunk. They've started to show their ass lately. So maybe it's a little more risky than I want to admit going full game. You can get them at minus 110 for the first 5. And I think that's where I'm going to be. Because really, when Ober is bad, he's probably fucking bad early. And I don't think I want to get into another bullpen war. Not to say with the Twins, just with the Orioles behind me. You know what I'm saying? Next up, Nicky Lodolo, my boy, Paisan, back on the bump for the Red Legs, plus 135 underdog to Sean Burke and the White Sox. This is one of the biggest, what if we saw this in March surprises ever. Like Nick Lodolo expected to take a huge step forward. One of my guys, I covered him exhaustively. There is so much to love about Lodolo. He has frontline SP1 potential. That said, listen, you could say you saw a leg up from the White Sox. I remember writing about the team total being entirely too low. That's neither here nor there. The fact they're a tremendous favorite with Burke on the mound against Lodolo is fucking nuts. And I think maybe crazier is that I'm not going to say I agree with it, but I kind of agree with it. Meaning I agree that they should be favorites because we tend to fade guys in the return. Lodolo only had one return start. It was 4 1/3, and I think he was good, but he wasn't great. And that's not enough for me to back him yet. I want to see it first. I can't keep stepping on the rake of the return start. That's like the easiest way to get your shit pushed in. And to back up the truck a little bit, Lodolo wasn't that good. He went 4 and a third. He gave up 3, walked 2, and now he's getting pushed right up into the majors. I just don't think he can back this. I love Nick Lodolo. I fucking love Nick Lodolo. I've never prayed for anyone to have finger calluses, more than I have for Nick Lodolo, but hard to back today. So Burke, you got to give the pitching edge to. He's in the middle of a phenomenal season. Again, we saw that potential like 2 years ago. Now it's really starting to manifest. One of the better four-seamers in the game of baseball, elite command of control. We'd like to see him keep it down a little bit more, but again, he's very good at everything. He gets the cold stuff over. He gets ahead. He fucking induces chases and stuff. So you got to like Burke. And if I'm not mistaken, he's a beast at the crib. 108 whip, just under 20 KBB. So yeah, you got to like Berkey. I just don't know if I like the White Sox against lefties. That split's been awful. You see it up on the board, just under 350 plate appearances, just 5 home runs with a 605 OPS, 074 ISO, too many Ks, too much losing in zone, and just a 4% barrel rate. I don't know. I'm fucking torn here. Do you like the Reds offense? They strike out entirely too much. You got to like Burke's K prop almost no matter what. What's that shit at? Again, I don't even promote all the stuff that I do. Like it's like, look, I had to like scroll on my tabs. It's like off the board. We've got Burke for 7 Ks. I wonder what that line. I don't know what the line is, but I've got Burke for 7 Ks, and I'd imagine he gets there. So he's like a strong DFS play tonight and stuff like that. I just don't know how that'll play out because I don't trust the White Sox offense or them in general as a minus 163, just in case like Lodolo is good and the good part of the Reds offense shows up. I think you're better off just fading this one. Model kind of pushing to the under. Again, very heavy favorite at home. You could more or less discount the bottom of the ninth. But I've only got a third of a run between the two, which is a giant red flag at the price. Next up, Christopher Dirty Sanchez on the bump for the Fighting Phils. He's going to have the stinky finger out for the Cardinals, and Andre Palante on the bump, plus 142 for the Redbirds at the crib. All right, what do we got? Model says that we're probably going to have a close one here today, despite the heavy juice. Model very much to the under. Let's take a look. The Sanchez stuff is obviously very easy to defend. He is hashtag very good at baseball. He's freaking awesome. He does absolutely everything. One of the better disciplinary baskets in the major leagues. And he has a 265 ERA despite a 336 BABIP. Sanchez, a threat to just go the distance every fifth day. Palante's been one of the bigger surprises for me this year. Now, I don't love this profile. I'm a whore for strikeouts. I talk about it all the time. Best way to get me to show my ass is to show me the big KBB and the big swing and miss, which is not Palante's game. However, right, the but. Better way, or maybe that might be the only way to succeed in the big leagues at a high level and have it sustained without that sexy stuff that gives me the spreadsheet boner is to, not allow free passes. Palante doesn't do that. Is to get ahead. Palante does that. And to have an elite ground ball plus contact quality rate, which Palante does. So there's a lot to like here. Again, I don't think they win, but you can see how a guy like Palante puts the Cardinals in position to win anytime he's a fucking heavy dog. He is live as a heavy dog every time he goes out there because, again, no free passes, ball on the ground. One finds grass, next one's a double play. And there are a lot of weak ground balls. They have good defenders. This can work. Let's see if I can get us to a Cardinals win. I don't think so because I have a real thing for Sanchez, in case you couldn't tell. Phillies offense last 2 weeks versus righties been pretty damn good also. Really good discipline, but I think that's okay. Maybe a few too many ground balls, not enough hard hit, definitely not enough barrels. Not sure the Phillies are going to walk into the trap. They don't run a lot, so I think that's a benefit also. Let's check out Cardinals versus lefties. I'm not even sure what it looks like. A little bit unusual. Feels like a sellout thing, though it is if you've been following the show long enough. there's a few words, like a few terms we use that if you were at the bar drinking and you heard somebody drop it, you know they were like fucking one of us, one of us. Right, the pulley metric, sellout plus. So sellout plus meaning right, you're selling out for power, 201 average, but lots of doubles, lots of homers, tons of pulled hard hit balls, leading the league. Oh, sorry, not leading the league, top 3 in barrels, excuse me. But a 382 XCon, 335 XWOBA, but these are very strong. 335 XWOBA, just for the record, implies like fucking almost 5 runs. But the plus comes from the really good discipline. I mean, this is crazy. Again, the 201 average is on a 230 BABIP. And I think if you're going to be making contact and this kind of contact, the production is going to come. I wonder if we should be on the Cardinals here. I'm not sure if that's a bridge too far or not. That's something I've picked up, or I should say I've actually reacquired from the guys at Source Network. You know, make sure you're following Kyle and Toast and TV Jones, Spoonman, Jake the Side Guy. But they're very big on pricing, which it should be. When I first got into the industry, I almost would only bet plus money stuff. You had to twist my arm to even go to minus 120. And I think as I started doing content, you worry about being judged, right? Oh man, guys recommending shit teams, going up against these fucking wagons, getting your ass kicked, because that's gonna be part of it. But look at yesterday. Hold on, perfect example. Just the most perfect example of why underdog betting is how you do this, right? We had 2 F5s yesterday. We had A's, I think it was plus 125. We had Rockies, it was like plus 150. That Rocky game, I don't know what the fuck happened. Hughes went out there and looked very sharp through 2 batters. I know it's only 2 batters, but he looked sharp. I get up to do something with my daughter. I was back. It could not have been 5 minutes. And it was 4-0. Arenado was trotting around the bases. His fucking old ass. I'm like, what the hell is going on here? So I got killed. You look like an idiot. Oh, why would you go up against Arizona? Why would you bet? Like all the usual stupidity that comes with losing bets. But the A's won. So, like, that's a winning venture. Right? So you just have to, like, you take the good, you take the bad, you take them both, and there you have the facts of life, you know? But repeat that same process over and over and over. You're wildly profitable. Like, well, you're a wildly profitable bettor, right? Sign us up every day for 2 plus money bets from one hands, especially really good, not plus 101, plus 125, plus 30. We hit plus 150 the other day. Like, that's kind of you just with the plus 200. Who got us fucking home, motherfuckers? Against the Red Sox. So yeah, you want to be plus money betting? Quick shot in the comments because I feel like I started a brush fire. I don't want to leave people fucking mad and stuff. Brian, you're just my brother from another mother, dropping real nukes. F5 unders. Yeah, okay, brother, man. See, this is why I like you guys so much. Oh, look, custom, right in line. I got a buddy that's pretty successful, only waits for the right minus 125. That, you know what? That's another way. You know what? TV Jones is big on that, on the plus money run line. Again, that's a really good point. That's at the basis of our analysis for the blend betting. Shout out Josh Dub getting the live Houston ML at plus 150. That's how you do this. Also, I think live numbers are crazy. I can't print them because, again, the way they move and the price disparity, people can't follow. It's not for that. But like live betting is fucking crazy. Live betting is really fucking crazy. Like sometimes a minus 180 favorite will go down like 1-0. It'll be even money or something. The prices start moving all over the place. It's really fucking crazy. Anyway, to Brian's point before I go, so Rose, yeah, if this was 4.5, yo, you got me. You got me on this. Neither team modeled over 2.15 through 5. Even if I had to give them a little bit of juice, I would go. I would do this. I would do this. I would do this. With that, hold on. What's the bullpen situation look like? I want to pull the trigger on the Cardinals because I know the Phillies bullpen has not been great. They haven't been great, but neither have the Cardinals. So I'm gonna side with you, B Rose. I'm gonna go Rose Bay here, And I'm going to go, not to say the safe route, but what I think is the more likely to win, right? Isn't that what we should be doing? Now, if that F5 goes beyond minus 124, minus 125 even, I think I'm out. I don't like to go to minus 130. But under 4.5 F5, I think is a good spot to be in. All right, let's try and giddy up to it. Next up, my boy Cody Bradford on the bump for the Rangers. They're minus 143 on the road against Ryan Johnson. I'm just capitulating on him. And the Angels, they're plus 120 favorites. They're a good money line pair because I think Texas wins. We've got that model strength. I'm also to the under, but I worry about the Johnson implosion, something he's done pretty much every time he goes out there. Bradford in the return start looks super sharp. I think if he's back to peak power, he's a guy I've really liked. I've written him up as a fantasy sleeper. In years past, Bradford has really good stuff. The Angels' offense is also shitty. They haven't hit lefties. They strike out too much. There's a good chance he just fucking pushes them around. Johnson is ass. The hang up here has got to be the Texas offense. Holy shit. I'm going to go back to that. Look how bad the Rangers offense has performed versus righties. Last 333 plate appearances. This is fucked up how bad it is, man. 220 average, 282 OBP, nearly 20 KBB, 14 swing and strike, 79 zone contact, 44 ground ball, 5.5 barrel, 258 xWOBA, implying like 3 runs. Yikes. That said, I don't like to be too cute. Like, offenses can't score. Maybe the run line in this one is like a little bit greedy, or maybe I just stepped in the same very trap I was telling you to avoid. Maybe TV is out there going, nah, man, it's only plus 115, so maybe he would be off it. But if this was a plus 140, maybe I would go there. I think minus 140, I'm probably just pairing this fucking thing. Who else did we have? Oh, the Cubs. Yeah, I could get there. I go Cubs and Rangers. Get my plus money. Think I bag them both. And moving on. Next up, Tomoyuki Sagano on the hill for the Rocks on the road, plus 150 dog against Mitch Spoiled Brat. And the Snakes with shapes on their back, minus 180 in the desert at home. Oh, man. Okay, this one, I guess, also falls into the same kind of spot. Arizona is like going to win this game, but the minus 180 is crazy, right? That's a crazy price. Okay, Brat, we like. I actually called this one, right? We called him for a gem his last time out. He went out and just totally exceeded expectations. He went 7 shutout, 1 hit, 9 Ks. Just awesome. However, but. He has 12 walks in his last 3 outings, 3, 4, and 5 walks. The 9 Ks was the first time he was over 4. Again, I think Brat wins because I think Sugano is ass. With that, minus 180 is so steep. It is so freaking steep that I really have trouble coming around to that. Rockies offense has been hot and cold, a little bit hit or miss. I tend to believe in them more than not. I like a lot of the sticks in that order. I also think Rockies do a pretty good job of platooning. Arizona offense is hitting. I mean, maybe this is an over. What's the total? I should have checked first. It's already 9. I don't know. This is like I would just put like NA. Right. Again, when I have just a heavy favorite that I don't love on the cover, again, minus 180, this disparity here, the difference in pricing that we have, should be closer to a full run. And it's not. It's closer to a half run. I don't want to advise you to default to the favorite. That's the best way to get fucked. So, whatever. Again, I think Arizona wins, but it's too expensive to find out. Next up, Nick Martinez on the bump for the Flat Fucking Fish of Florida. Have they won 9 in a row? Minus 168 favorites on the road in Sacramento to face Mason Barnett and the A's. Holy crap, man. You would have wanted to see a fucking meltdown. If I would have had A's full game, I would have had a meltdown. Again, there are times that the F5 is the move, though I've capitulated myself a little bit to coming around more to full games because I do think they more properly represent the totality of the handicap. I promise you I don't always sound that smart. The A's bullpen situation is horrendous. I don't even love the offense. I want it to be out, like the gout in that one. And yeah, we were very lucky. Should Nick Martinez be a minus 170 favorite over Mason Barnett? Man, I don't think Nick Martinez should be a minus 170 favorite over anybody. So I wouldn't pay this one, but I also wouldn't pair it. Where, to me, Arizona is too expensive, but I think they win. This one, I'm not certain the Rays win this game. I don't love them in this spot. The offense, the Rays tend to do this where they win games without hitting. Listen, home runs are awesome. Okay, yes, 4D chess coming at you from Corked Stats. Baseball good, home run good, home run baseball good. Yeah, we got it, fat guy. We got you. I'm just saying, a couple of well-timed home runs will really boost a record. Where how is there a 9-game winning streak here? What the hell is going on? Let me look at the L7. I don't normally do a lot of L7. And this is even, oh, no. This is up to date. I'm sorry. I put it in the comment section just to be very clear. I got a lot of questions about data releases and timing and stuff. By 8:30 in the morning, 99% of days, everything is up and live. The data comes from two different sources. There's a macro, year-to-date non-split. So that stuff is locked in. I've never missed a day. Never, ever even. It's never, ever missed a day. It's very reliable. Probably because they don't split it. So all the year-to-date stuff, the leftmost section, right? Year-to-date, lefty-righty, those are up to date. So since L7's not split, that one is always going to be good. The LR on the 1430 year-to-date is off right now. It's behind a day. Now, there's a good lesson in there about why you should be careful using small samples. And it's because how wildly some of these things change. Meaning, you could use the year-to-date. Year-to-date does not move on a day-to-day basis at all. 30 usually does not. Sample versus lefties are smaller. It can get thrown off. 14, especially versus lefty, gets thrown off. You should not be using day-old 14 lefty. You should be using 14 lefty anyway. But I get sometimes people are looking for a trend change. I totally am into that. It's my whole thing, All right, back to the game that I'm worrying about. The Rays at this price. The difference, again, is the bullpen. And I really didn't want to spend, too much time here. But let's look at Barnett, because I think we might have another really juicy F5 on our hands. Sorry, I've been trying to get in the habit of leaving up the algo while I go search shit. But Barnett was another corrected, adjusted reliever. It's been not good. Sometimes these guys are getting stretched out and we give them a little bit of grace, but 2 at Minnesota, 3 versus Boston, then 5 at Cincinnati, walk 3 dongs. Maybe the Barnett adjustment this isn't a great place to find out in this ballpark, in the hot weather. Again, the same fucking thing happened. Okay, I'm sorry. Yesterday I went and checked, and I couldn't find anything. If you were listening yesterday, I was bitching and moaning about I'm not getting a bullpen carryover for Athletics. I fucked something up. I'm sorry, everybody. I'm going to fix this. I'll buy the first 5. That full game is not in line. There's something broke in my bullpen modeling in Sacramento, and I wonder if there's a double negative somewhere. And instead of adding, I taking away, because that total's entirely too low. I am not going under in this game, in case anybody's looking. Let me be very clear. I don't like to go under in the A stadium, no matter what. All right, let's get away from this fucking disaster mistake. Next up, my boy Kyle Harrison on the bump for the Cheesemakers. They're minus 143 favorites on the road against Walker Buehler and the Padres. I like this as a pairing also. I might actually get this one in the run line bin as well. For the record, minus 145 in the money, plus 125 on the cover. Harrison, who I was not fading, but I did not back in the return, he looked great. So it's wheels up for him. He's healthy and fantastic. Bueller is healthy, but bad. A huge pitching difference between Harrison and Bueller. As we scroll across, you could just see it's nothing. I mean, I guess Bueller gets more ground balls, but like that's just not enough to do this. Last 30 days, just home road stuff it's a landslide for the Brewers across the board. Though the Padres have started to hit as of late, the lefty splits have been very poor all year. I'm expecting that to continue. They're overly passive and trying to get by on like forcing walks. You're not going to get that versus Harrison, always filling the zone. And the Brewers' offense is starting to roll a little bit. Again, they're also too passive for me, but they've been doing at least a little bit with it, getting barrels, hitting balls hard. They're fucking ground ball machines though, but it just is what it is. Bullpens have been good. Give me Milwaukee for the win. If anything worries me about the cover, it'd be the San Diego Pen, but they're on the sheet. Miller 2 of 3, Morahan 2 of 3, Estrada 2 of 3. So again, if they're down 1, you're not going to see any of these fucking guys. So yeah, give me Milwaukee for the win. Slash line cover. Next up, Hunter Charlie Brown. Good grief on the bump for the Stros, minus 194. Going out there for the Wits in San Francisco to face Carson Wisenhunt. And the Gigante, San Francisco treats plus 160 at home. They've got the bullpen emoji, and it's bad. Oh, this is bad. So no matter how you slice this one, we want a late over, right? Dylan Smith back-to-back, 3 of 4, unavailable. Sam Hentges back-to-back, 3 of 4, unavailable. Keaton Wynn, 3 of 4, unavailable. Jason Foley back-to-back, 37 pitches. Maybe available. They're in trouble. This bullpen is already bad. They're in a lot of trouble. Against Houston, Houston should score a ton. Houston is also a pop, people. Jason and I were doing some work on the highest scoring team. I totally lost track of that market. It doesn't mean I'm out on it. That said, I did find the mean scores on the implied team totals are not the best pathway to that. When I was doing its back testing, the highest scoring team were basically bullpen implosions. So that I think is the key. I mean, it's rare even that like a starter is going to go and give up 8. It's more common guys will give up 3, 4, 5, maybe 6. Then to get to the end, you got to give up 6, 7, 8 in the back end. And the Cook bullpen report is the best way to get there. I like Houston as the highest scoring team today. Somebody put a fucking dollar on that, please. Because again, I think that's how you get there. Wisenhunt has distance concerns. He's also been really bad. So he might get his shit pushed in, 7.25 ERA, 184 whip, doesn't have a single indicator below 5.4. Sub 5 KBB. I mean, this is how you get destroyed. Houston offense is hitting. I still think Wisenhunt like may be a thing in the future. I feel like he got pushed into the role and he's in trouble. Giants offense has gone in the tank. Now, Houston's offense has not been great against lefties. I know that's been a thing. I feel like more lately it's been good. I was just telling you not to zoom in on lefty stuff, which I do believe in. That said, Houston adding pieces, and I'm always like, even when you add a lefty, I'm like, you're adding pieces. The trickle-down effect is real. Man, I like this lineup now. I do. I like this lineup. I've always liked Pena and Alvarez. You know, Walker is good. I like the Varsho ad. I like Cam Smith. Yanner Diaz is starting to hit. Anytime they don't have to play Jake Myers and late night Lamont Wade every day is probably a good day for the Astros. So, yeah, give me the Astros to win, of course. They're minus 194 dogs, more 8D chess coming at you. I think they're in play also. Gosh, I have like way too many favorites to make myself feel comfortable. If you were pairing all the favorites that we liked, you know, I used to do these like 14 DDPs, and I think you're better off pairing favorites. Four outcomes is just so impossible to fucking hit. And we ran hot and we banked a couple. You know, we've had some successful runs, but that's not how you do this. I mean, we got the 4 of them at plus 530. That's Astros, Brewers, Diamondbacks, and Cubs. That's what the DDP would look like if I was doing it. Last but not least, before we get out of here, please support good people doing good work. I bust my ass on this show. It clearly does not happen without a mountain of effort. All the data is up. Remember, the NFL Week 1 model is live. Now, it's going to get adjusted. I'm going to cover it. But along with the new NFL data suite, rankings getting updated every day, and of course, baseball every freaking day, including fantasy waivers, baseball podcasts 7 days a week. I don't know how much more shit I can possibly offer while only asking for $2 a week. To my football people that are on the fence about signing up, I guess I should maybe do a better job promoting the new stuff. Take a look at it. It's pinned in the Substack post. Tell me it's not worth $2 a week. You're out of your fucking mind. Tell me what would make it worth $2 a week. I mean, seriously, just all the EPA rush and success stuff. I want to shout out Adam's Digest. I appreciate you, man. You're always been such a big supporter of the show. I don't think I give you enough love. I do appreciate you, man. I see you out there. Was just like, I got a DM and he was just like, bro, holy shit. There was an incredible amount of stuff here. And I was like, yeah, there is. And I was, yeah, there is. All right, next up, let's do this one quickly. Michael Waka Flocka on the bump for the Royals with cheese. Did they end up losing yesterday? That one felt like a strong F5 also. They did end up losing. Did they win the F5 bet, though? They did win the F5 bet. Cameron versus Scooble. Again, anybody, any freaking day, man. Anybody, any freaking day. And when I look for the big upsets, I prefer F5 because also, teams, not saying to take the foot off the gas, but no one's thinking, it's the fifth inning, it's the fifth do or die. So a coach will leave an infield back or whatever. You know what I'm saying? We'll let a run come in. It's not like, you don't kill yourself to not allow a sacrifice run in the fifth inning. And there's that little bit of softness that I think we can take advantage of. So Michael Waka Flocka, Waka, he's plus 219 on the fucking road today against Wakey, Eggs and Blakey. I mean, return start. My guy had a few return starts. He just gave up 4 runs and I think walked 3. Hold on, let me just make sure I get this correct. It's important. Right, we wanted to look up the rehab process, let's call it, or whatever. So he had a few starts, which we like. 1 1/3, 2 2/3. There's the stretch out. He went 4, then he went 3 2/3. But he gave up 3, 2 home runs, and walked 4. So it was 3 earned, 4 walks. And this guy is a minus 273 favorite. That's fucked up. No, I think we have to get a piece of Waka Flocka. Hold your nose, people. Right? You hold the nose and you bet this one, and you just hope I see you at the window on the other side. Now this is fucking crazy. Hold on. Let me confirm. Oh, okay. I made a mistake. I was going to say at plus 220, you got to check the F5 pricing. However, F5 on MGM has moved to plus 1.5. It said minus 140, and I was like, what? So obviously it's not minus 140. Let me see. I want to check Odds Trader and see if I could find like a Okay, it looks like plus 135. That's crazy. So it's plus 135 getting the half run and plus 220 without. I mean, I don't know how you don't go after this one. I feel like this one I think we should blend. I'm gonna put KC F5 blend, and I'm gonna self blend. So I'm gonna put instead of betting my half unit straight, I'm gonna put a quarter on each. A quarter on the 220 run F5 money line, and a quarter on getting the run. And if we lose, we lose. If he dies, he dies. So, all right, that'll do it. I appreciate all you sick fucking bastards out there. Josh, man, don't worry about appreciating me. We're thinking about you. Talk about you every day. Good luck to you too. God bless everybody out there. I appreciate every single one of you for supporting the show. That's all that's left, man. Enjoy the games, enjoy the day. When we're done with the book, enjoy the pay. And remember, when you work this freaking hard, winning feels a lot less like